The Navarro 200 indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it on your chart. Additionally, traders can read this page to learn about the functionality and operation of the indicator. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file and run the indicator by dragging the file onto the chart. Once the indicator is placed on the chart, it begins to identify and draw the Navarro 200 harmonic pattern on the price chart. Traders can easily identify the Navarro 200 harmonic pattern on the chart using this indicator, and based on the potential price reversal zone, which is considered the D point in the harmonic pattern, they can identify the PRZ potential reversal zone and enter a buy or sell trade in the market. In the Settings section, under the Input tab, there are options available for us. In the first part, we can set the minimum wavelength, which is based on the zigzag indicator. The zigzag indicator has 3 parameters, and here we can adjust the first parameter, while the other 2 parameters are hard-coded with periods of 3 and 3 and are taken into account in the calculation section. In the next section, we can set the number of candles to be checked and used for identifying harmonic conditions, which by default is set to 100 candles. This means that from point D, it looks back 100 candles and searches for point C. From C, it looks back 100 candles to find point B, then from B to A, and from A, it searches for point X. Finally, it displays the harmonic pattern on the chart. In the next section, we can enable or disable the display of the harmonic pattern lines. In the next section, we can enable or disable the break pivot status, which is set to true by default. If I set this option to false, in the section below, I can adjust the distance ratio from the harmonic pattern pivot to the breakout pivot, which is set to 100 pips by default. This means that if I enable this option here, for example, it will not identify patterns that have a broken pivot and will only display patterns with suitable ratios for me to view and analyze. For better understanding, here we have a detailed example in which the price has moved upward from a specific starting point labeled as point X, and subsequently point A has been clearly identified for us as a significant reference. This helps illustrate the process more clearly. After the upward movement and a drop in this section, point B has been displayed for us. Within this price wave, we can quite clearly see that the price has moved upward and has successfully broken above point A, which is considered a broken pivot for us. In the Settings section, we can adjust the breakout distance, which is set to 100 pips by default, and we can increase or decrease this value. In the next section, there is the Shift option, which we can use as a confirmation. After point D is formed, it moves 2 candles forward and then checks the harmonic pattern. And here, if we set the value to 0, the harmonic pattern will be checked and displayed as soon as the candle closes. We can also enter other values in this section, and based on the value, it will move forward accordingly and then check the pattern. In the next section, we can enable or disable the display of bullish and bearish harmonic patterns. We can set the drawing style of the patterns, with 5 options available here: solid, dash, dot, and dash, dot. In the next section, we can select the line thickness, which is set to 1 by default. If we set this number higher than 1, the indicator will automatically display the drawing style as solid. And in the last section, we can change the color of the bearish harmonic pattern, the color of the bullish harmonic pattern, and the color of the harmonic pattern labels to any color we like. Be sure to pay attention to this point. In the MetaTrader 5 platform, these 2 options are different for us, and the calculation method in the second option is based on pivots. In MetaTrader 4, it is based on candles, that is, from point D, it moves 100 candles backward and looks for identifying Fibonacci ratios. But in the MetaTrader 5 platform, if I enter the number 10 here, it moves back 10 pivots and searches among the pivots to identify Fibonacci ratios and check the conditions for the harmonic pattern, and finally detects the pattern. The next point you should pay attention to is the values you enter in this section. The larger the values you enter in this section, the indicator will identify harmonic patterns with longer time frames, and the smaller you set these values, the indicator will display harmonic patterns with shorter and more suitable time frames for you. Well friends, we've reached the end of the tutorial for this indicator. We would be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.